We love hip hop.
This Jay-Z interview. Okay, I have it titled Jay-Z Sneak This Is Drake. So Jay-Z recently did a new interview, and I think it was with GQ, if I'm not mistaken, and he was talking about aging gracefully in the game and things like that, right? And the type of music as you start aging. So I'll play a clip over this of this courtesy of Keeps It Solid.
How it's authentic to them, and they're telling the story about their mom and dad who just passed away, and how deep that is, with John Legend singing on the chorus, and like
Talking about the clips,
you
right
know,
here.
everything that they've been through is an authentic display, a piece of people.
Let's bring it back. So Jay-Z Sneak This Is Drake in the New York Times interview. My bad. And Academics calls him out. Okay, so
All the time, never fight against the future. Future's coming. Artists, they were trying to recreate something that was already done, but they're not connected to it like that. They're not living it and breathing it. They were fighting against gravity as opposed to telling their story. We needed that other side. We needed to hear about what happens when you've had 4 successful albums. What happens? What is that feeling like? How do you make the next one? How did you get in the studio? How are your kids? How do you interact with them as this hip hop dad? But if you're trying to make young music and you're not, you're not young, it's gonna be inauthentic, and people can feel that. You can smell it. So the best thing that anyone can do, like going through music, is to tell their story, and just keep creating from that space. I love what the clips are doing right now, and how it's authentic. I tell people all the time, and how it's authentic to them, and they're telling the story about their mom and dad who just passed away, and how deep that is, with John Legend singing on the chorus, and like, everything that they've been through is an authentic display, a piece of classic material that it could have came out 96 or come out 2026. It still feels the same because it's real and it's authentic to who they are, and how it's authentic to them, and they're telling the story about their mom and not young.
So here's Academics' comments on it.
And
All right. A bow on a lot of bullshit. The guy's 70. Half his life, Jay-Z was like 50 when he was like, yo, I'm young forever. What you mean you young forever? Let's go back and check out the math. Jay-Z, forever young, that she will be forever young.
That she will be.
2009, Jay-Z made that shit, that he young forever. Okay? It was a song on the album released in 2010. How old is Jay-Z now? Jay-Z is 56 in 2026. That means in 2010,
he lost his point.
Which is 16 years.
Okay. Do me a quick favor while you're here and smash that like button so we can break the algorithm, and join the comment gang and subscribe. It's free. So yeah,
when you're 40, you can make you could sample Forever Young.
Yeah, and basically, I guess he was thinking that, and maybe it's not only him thinking that that was a little bit of a sneak shot against Drake. Make music that's your age. Now, 2 things. Is Drake making music that is his age? Like, is Jay-Z wrong about that? And if he's not wrong about that, then should he be doing so?
Do you want to begin?
I don't think. Well, I didn't take it as a slight to Drake. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's where music is now. Like, everyone is trying to kind of like, oh, what are the kids doing? Let's tap into what the kids are doing. We have to get this pop off on TikTok, So I don't know. I didn't think that as a slight at Drake specifically, but
Right.
Drake is one of the artists that, like, he even comes on and says that he doesn't want to make old raps. He doesn't want to make dictionary in the club music,
Yes, but dictionary in the club music doesn't necessarily mean that you're making old head rap. You know what I'm saying? It might just be like super complicated rap. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and just one pushback more, pause. Not everybody's doing what the kids are doing. Just the people who are just trying to keep up with the kids. There's a lot of people not doing that, and they're doing fine.
Yes, and I also don't know if Jay-Z was specifically targeting Drake. It's kind of like if the shoe fits you can wear it.
Mm.
But what I will say is the expectations for people to act their quote unquote age, I feel like that's always dictated by others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think there's a difference between like your actual age and like how old you feel or how old you behave.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
because I could be even physically, I could be 40 years old, but if I keep up with my metabolism, my body might be like 29. You know what I'm saying? If I'm outside living life, partying with people who are, you know, ranging between whatever
tread
21,
carefully, brother.
35. No, because I feel like when Drake makes popular music, it doesn't sound like he's forcing it. He's actually outside, still living a life that might be considered more like suited towards like people in their 20s or 30s because he's actually outside. I'm not saying
Yes.
he's immature, but like he's still partying, he's still out here, he's still with beautiful women. And it's also like LeBron James, yeah, he's like 40, but he's hooping. So it's like you can't just be like, oh, like you should just be like a 40-year-old. It's like, nah, his performance is more like a 31-year-old right now.
But the way how I see it, I don't think most 20-year-olds can relate to Drake, but I think Drake is trying to relate with most 20-year-olds.
Interesting.
Not
Not wrong, but
Mm.
interesting.
when you say relate, right? Like, do you mean like the cultural references that the 20-year-olds would get versus Drake who didn't grow up, you know, in the 2010s or whatever?
No, I can relate because like there's a bunch of 20-something-year-olds who can't relate to my existence and my age,
You know?
but because I'm able to keep up with everything that's going on, I can maybe quote unquote relate. You know what I mean? Like I still have a window into their life and stuff like that.
But there's
and
a learning.
if I go out to these places, there's more than just a window through social media. Like I'm around these people.
Nah, but if you go there trying to use the lingo and stuff, you look crazy. You talk about skibbity boop and all that.
Fair. But like,
Tumaza.
but
you
I,
look crazy.
I also feel like you are the sum of people who you hang around with, right? So like obviously Drake probably has his peers that are his age, maybe
Yeah.
some that are older, but I'm sure he has people that are also younger that kind of keep him in touch with what that next generation is doing or
So
Yachty.
Drake, so Drake is hanging around with youths?
I didn't say youths.
Well, Yachty is
The
like
youth?
in his
The youth is suggesting that they are not fully adults,
I'm not-
natural, and I'm not falling for that. But he's hanging with young adults.
No, but how old is Yachty? Yachty's not 30 yet. Or I think he's just turning 30.
you don't
if
think Drake has
anything.
friends in his 20s, in their 20s?
Okay, but you don't think there's something weird of a 40-year-old and all their
Slightly.
friends are 20?
I don't know about all his friends
I
being
don't think
20
all
because
his friends are 20. Yeah,
But that's-
Chubbs and friggin' and whatchamacallit, Hush and the mans are not in their 20s. They're
I
all
know,
in their
so-
late 30s or 40s.
So that's why I'm saying I don't think Drake is just all around all these young people. You know what I mean?
you don't think he has people in his circle that are in their 20s or 30s?
I think he does.
that's different than my circle.
Yeah, my day ones.
Okay, I'm not saying they're like best friends, but I'm saying like the surrounding, like let's say you're on a basketball team and
Well,
you're
quick-
like,
and quick fast, Yachty's 28.
you're on a basketball team, there are rookies that are 21, 22, 23, you're like 35. You guys might still kick it because you guys are in the same industry or you're on the same team, and there's going to be an exchange of information. As an older head, you can give them some game,
Mhm.
and as someone younger, they can kind of keep you updated with what's happening culturally.
Yes.
The 21-year-old, unless if it's like Michael Jordan or Kobe, they're not inviting the 38-year-old to the club with them. Outside of the arena, they're not linking up and all them things, bro.
Nah, it happens, bro.
On a regular, doesn't, but it does happen.
What do you mean? Every NBA team, the rookies, they're like the vets and have their rookies, and they
Mm.
kind of like guide the rookies. They
It's like
haze
a
them and stuff
It's a
too.
mentorship though. It's not
Yes.
because like, oh, I want to like be cool with you. Like,
Yeah.
Like
And
if you're 38 and you're still in the league, one that's kind of rare. But like if you are, I would imagine that your lifestyle has changed over the last maybe decade that you're in the league, and now you're a little bit more settled in. You know what I mean? You're not chilling with your wife more times when you're off the road.
yes, and you're gonna probably give your experience of, oh, when I was your age, this is how we handle things.
Yeah, but
And
you're
then
not
they're-
gonna. Well, I'm saying you're not going out with them.
You could if you want to.
Dog,
Some do, some do.
Have you ever hung out with 20-year-olds, bro? They're insufferable.
Recently?
As a 30-year-old, they're insufferable, dog. Like they're actually mad annoying, whether it be the shotties or the YNs, bro.
20. I'm trying to think. A 20-year-old's kind of
They have
young.
no cool. They don't know how to act outside. They're new to everything. You know what I mean? Everything's loud. Like, bro, as a grown person, you don't really want to be around that.
Okay, so
It depends on your lifestyle, though. Like, what if your lifestyle is, being outside at the club where a lot of the people are in their 20s? You're going to kind of adapt.
Okay,
and to bring it full circle with Drake, he has to make music, or doesn't have to, but he's making music that's still updated to the time now, right? So it kind of themes, meaning you have to be kind of current. You have to know what's going on. I hear what's happening because I'm in the club, so I know what the sound is.
is he making the music? Because one of my favorite Drake tracks that I feel like was relevant to the newer times, Jumbotron Shit Poppin'.
That's a Yachty song.
Yachty wrote the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I feel like where he's at mentally, he can't even pen what the new youths are listening to right now. They want to hear YoungBoy and Cardi and Yeet and all these like new niggas.
Okay, but how about when he does a song like Nokia? That's not necessarily this self-reflective, introspective, mature song, and young people still like that song. So, and it doesn't sound inauthentic. It sounds very much like Drake. So
that's the most in his lane, and him not trying to like fit with the times.
He didn't write that either. The video even came up like
they showed the youth on Twitter.
And you guys make me
how about Rich Baby Daddy? Or Somebody Loves Me.
I hate that song.
Rich Baby Daddy, that's a fire song, but it's Sexy Red on the hook and SZA's doing the verse. So like he has help. I'm just saying that Drake can't go in the studio by himself and write something for the youth them right now. Respectfully. And I don't think he needs to be able to do that. Like you did that for 20 years, fam. Like what's going on in your life right now? Like what is it like to be like a mega billionaire and then everyone's going against you and then all your friends went bad on you? And then you made some bad decisions, sleeping with some women. Like,
but I think he's been giving us those.
Yeah, because I feel like he gives us like at least 2 to 3 of those per album. Like usually the outro track, he always gives us like a very introspective song. Somewhere in the album, there's always another introspective song somewhere. So he gives us that.
What's introspective? What's the high school called? Sierra Canyon, the strippers in the parking lot. What's introspective about that?
What?
He has a line. The Sierra Canyon parking, that's a high school. It's looking like Magic City. What's introspective about that?
Which song was that in?
Not one of his introspective songs. Pick one of his introspective ones and then give us a lyric from that.
Wait, what song is that from?
The song of For All the Dogs album.
Like 30 for 30.
Yeah, that's like 10 years ago, bro.
But I'm saying like he does that. It's not like out of his wheelhouse for him to get introspective.
Recently, I feel like he's just been too fixated on trying to stay relevant. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make it weird, like, oh, Drake is kids, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like he thinks he's not going to be successful if he like pivots or if he focuses on a different demographic. But like, yo, try a thing, dog, like who knows, bro? When Jay-Z dropped 444, I don't rock with Jay-Z albums, bro, respectfully.
Yeah.
Old heads don't kill me. But I love that album, dog.
Great album.
Because where he was at that time, I felt like he was just given so much game. And as like an aspiring creator or like even just like as a black man that's trying to make it, I felt like that's kind of like what I needed.
Yeah, but you know why Jay-Z went into that lane? He tried to stay young and try to make these hits with DJ Khaled, and no one cared about Jay-Z's like trying to stay hot music. So he's like, okay, I got to pivot towards like by painting music. But Drake at his age right now is still able to produce hits that can ring off at a club. What was that one song with friggin' I took the top out the Maybach? Remember Future and Jay-Z?
Oh, I hated that song.
And like, but that's not Jay-Z trying to be mature and in respect. He was trying to be hot and in the club and no one cared. Exactly. So that's why Jay-Z's holding him to that standard, because people didn't want to hear Jay-Z in the club past a certain age. People still want to hear Drake at a certain age.
Maybe it's not a diss, more it's like a warning. Like, don't do what I tried to do, because when I did that back in the days, people hated it and I looked kind of crazy.
But Drake is doing that and it's working still. Like,
is it?
Yeah, you don't hear new Drake songs like still ring off in the club.
The newest is like
within the last year. Like, how old is Drake? Mid-40s?
He's gonna be Drake is 39, going on 40 this year in
Okay,
October.
what's the
He
newest?
has so much time.
What's the newest solo Drake track you hear in the club?
Nokia.
What did I miss?
That's not so.
What did I miss?
You don't hear that in the club, bro.
Well, maybe it's because we're in the city. But yeah, I hear What Did I Miss?
I'm not okay. All the clubs I go to, I have not heard that track once, bro.
I've heard it outside. maybe closer to when it just came out.
Stop going to Fusion and them fucking.
What about No Face? They're not playing No Face.
They're not playing No Face.
But you could.
The only thing they play is Somebody Loves Me, bro.
Somebody Loves Me, which is like a track with Party.
And Nokia.
And Nokia is a solo.
Even though he didn't write it, you're saying, but like it's still his track.
Yeah, it's one of his solo songs that is a new Drake that people are fucking with.
And maybe that's Drake kind of acknowledging what Jay-Z's saying subconsciously, where it's like, okay, I can't really relate to the youth in that sense, so let me outsource a certain aspect and then bring what I bring. And now I'm able to kind of connect with the youth through a conduit in Lil Yachty or whoever.
And this is another thing. The 2 songs that Drake dropped that hit, he's not rapping on them.
And you know what?
You know?
To add to your point, okay, DJ Natural, right? And Mandem, just chill, right? The songs that he has with Yeet, they go, the first one went off. The second one is just doing all right. And to be honest, I don't even know the first one like that, fam. It didn't really like penetrate pause, like as far as like the whole pop atmosphere. You know, people aren't running the Drake Yeet song on a regular basis.
They just want to hear the I do whatever I want, get the money for fun.
Yeah.
Just that one part. That was the viral part.
Yeah. So like, even though like Yeet is the guy who has all the youth's attention right now, linking with him doesn't necessarily guarantee you a hit at Drake's point of his career right now.
Yo, because imagine a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid. Like, imagine what they see when they see Drake. You know what I mean? With the bags under his eyes and the beard and shit, talking about Aiden Ross, what are we going to get up to on stream tonight?
No,
you know what I
okay,
mean?
no, but here's what I will say. When I was 13,
respectfully,
when we were 13, someone like 50 Cent was well into his 30s already.
That's different though.
But why?
Because I looked at Jay-Z on some like, get out of here, old man. I'm rocking with Ye.
No, but how about 50?
But 50 was new and hot. 50 just came out.
50 was not new and hot when we were 13, bro.
Well, okay,
like,
so what age? What age were you guys 13?
What year?
Yeah, what
year? 2008.
2008. So 50 was like
in the game
6 years into the game.
Yeah, so that's 2002, 2008. And how old was 50 in 2008?
Drake
Probably
is
like mid-30s, early 30s.
In his mid-30s by that point. Like
and
35.
he was still a guy. Like, we didn't look at him like, yo, you're washed. Like, start rapping about friggin' buying paintings.
Nah, but okay, them times he dropped AO Technology.
I was just thinking that.
And we're looking at him sideways. We're like, all right, it might be time to pack it
But
up.
then he dropped I'm the man. He dropped I'm the man. Bitch, I'm the man. You know I'm the man.
And Piggy Bank came out and all those. He still had hits. And
he was on his way out. He was on his way out.
He was definitely on his way out, though.
He was.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to diss him. I'm just saying, like, yo, just read the board.
But hold on. Let's go back to 50 for a second. He was on his way out back then, but when you guys were seeing him back in 2008, right? When you guys were 13, when he was on his way out, was it because of the music, or were you guys were like, yo, get this old head ass shit out of here?
I think it was just that there were newer acts that we were more fixated on.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, like your time, like you're a legend, but like it's not your time right now.
But it wasn't out of age.
It wasn't out of age, but Drake, there hasn't been that artist that has kind of replaced Drake in that same sense where when we were young, 50 Cent got kind of replaced and overshadowed by new artists. Like, so because no one has kind of like taken that spot from Drake, I feel like they probably still look at him as the number one guy because Playboy Cardi instead. I don't think they look at Yeet on the same level as Drake. Like,
it would either be like a Cardi or like a Young Boy.
And then like, how about Kanye, bro? Kanye is still able to put out hits after.
But Kanye is like, okay, I don't want to say he doesn't try to make young music because there are times where he does try to get into that bag.
He does.
But he like overtly outsources. You know what I mean? Where like, he'll only do the chorus and then he'll have every other man do the verse. And we're like, it's so clear that Kanye did not write this. Maybe Kanye tweaked the beat a little bit, you know?
Yeah, but you remember DJing proms where like Carnival was like the new song and all the kids love that song. And it's like, for those kids, Kanye is like super unk.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has to do with age once again. Like, I really think it has to do with the feeling or like what they represent. I don't think Drake, when you look at Drake, you see like an old man. When you looked at Jay-Z, like we already seen an old man from time, bro. Like,
and Jay, he started kind of old. Like by the time he was like, by the Hard Knock Lifetimes, he was already in his late 20s going into 30 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Him, Eminem, his first like the Slim Shady album, He was like 28 at that point.
Bro, when we were in high school and Eminem was dropping Not Afraid and like that new iteration of Eminem, like people were rocking with it, even though Eminem was like super old by then.
He was already 40 at that point.
But remember, when he started doing Not Afraid and Love the Way You Lie, he was focusing on a new demographic. He was focusing on like the middle America, like, yeah, I'm driving on my way to work and I need some inspiration to get through.
Love the way you lie.
You know what I mean? I can't tell you what it really is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he was kind of leaning older.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know, so I
yeah.
feel like every artist at a certain point, you have to be like, all right, like,
yeah, and not to interrupt you, like he was getting into his Relapse album and all that, where like it was like mainly introspective. So like that's not for kids or like for like young adults type shit.
But
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think you should let the audience determine when your time is up. I don't think you should just let your age make that.
But I feel like the audience is telling him, like, because like I keep saying, when was the last time Drake rapping was popping off in the club?
I'm telling you, what did I miss?
Okay.
Central C, which one?
Drake wasn't rapping.
Don't do that.
Drake's not rapping. He's not rapping
hands
on
on
that.
a DJ boot.
No, that's rapping-ish, but that song
What is he
didn't
singing?
hit, Czar. Don't do that, bro.
I'm not saying it's like the number one song, but like, there's clubs all around the world, bro. Right now, there's a club right now that is playing that song, bro.
Okay.
We can't be small-minded and just think Canada and America. You don't think that song's ringing off in Italy, Europe, Turkey, Asia, Africa?
Could be.
I'm not saying it's not playing anywhere, but we know what a Drake hit sounds like when it's ringing off, bro.
Hotline Bling.
You know what I mean? Like
God's Plan.
Those songs aren't doing that, bro.
Okay, but he's not that young anymore. It's kind of like we can't expect LeBron James to do the same dunks that he was doing when he was 23, but that doesn't mean he's still not balling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're just holding him to the standard that he set because he set the bar so high for himself that we're like, oh, because he's not meeting that, he's falling off. But like, realistically, he's still very relevant.
We're holding him to his own standard.
But you don't think it's better to like leave on your own terms rather than like overstaying your welcome?
I 100% agree with that. Whether it's music or especially sports, especially combat sports, you want to retire before getting knocked out 30 times and then being like, okay, it's my time, you know?
Yeah.
And I think he was sort of trying to do that before the whole beef. And now he kind of has to readjust. Now, Iceman is probably going to be like his last push, maybe. Who knows? He might do more after Iceman.
Yeah, so let's get to this because we still have another Drake topic, okay?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.